Good evening, English speakers. How you doing? In this video, we're going to look at the difference between then and than. And this is actually part of an 8-video series that I'm making partnering up with the good people over at PAPERTRUE.com. By the way, if this is your first time on my page, please drop a comment below so that I can personally thank you and welcome you. My name's David. I am not a native English speaker, but it doesn't really matter. Let's get into our lesson. Let's start off with a question or a quiz, and we're going to come back to this at the end of the video. The two words we're looking at today are the same except for one pesky little vowel. Okay, it's either the E or the A, and as far as pronunciation goes, it can be pronounced the same if you're speaking a little fast. So for example, in this sentence, I was more immature then than I am now. When I'm speaking at that speed and I'm linking and blending and smoothing out the words, the word then and than are going to sound the same, which when I say it slowly, then and than, you can very clearly hear the vowel sounds are different. But when I say the entire sentence, I was more immature then than I am now, it gets a little bit sketchy. Unless you actually know the difference between these two words, you're not going to be sure which word is being used in which blank. So first off, let's talk about then. Then can be used to indicate a certain point in time. So for example, when I say the first time I rode a motorcycle was in Australia, I was 18 years old then. When I say then in this sentence, it means I was 18 years old at the time or at that time. The other way to use then with an E is as a sequence marker. Here's what I mean by a sequence marker. You'll get the idea from this example. Put your right arm over your head and bend over to the left. So I'm giving you instructions on how to do a stretch. And so when I'm explaining the steps or the sequence of what you need to do, I'm explaining the first step, and then I use then to say that I'm about to explain the next step. I'm actually not demonstrating that to you correctly. I mean, when I just did that, I didn't feel anything at all. Example number 2, you can also use then as a sequence marker in a logical explanation when there are a series of thoughts in this kind of long explanation. You can use the word then. So I'm using it in a conditional sentence in the second example. If you need any kind of work of writing checked, then you need to hit up the good people over at PAPERTRUE. And I'm serious about PAPERTRUE. If you want somebody who actually cares about your work of writing as much as you do, or actually more, then you need to hit up PAPERTRUE. These guys can handle anything you throw at them. Editing, formatting, proofreading, you name it, they do it. And if you want to get in touch with them, use the link in the description below, or you can tap the link in my bio if you're watching on Instagram. Next, let's talk about than spelt with an A. This is a word that's used to make comparisons. For example, your right foot is bigger than your left foot. No, really, I'm serious. You can have a look if you don't believe me. Example 2, thanks to me, you're now more self-conscious about the size of your feet than you were before. You're welcome. Hey, if you found this lesson useful, check out my playlist on YouTube called Verses, so you can see more videos like this where we go through words that are commonly mixed up. Now back to the quiz that we started our lesson with. I was more immature then than I am now. Drop your answers in the comments below and I'm gonna check all your answers. Hey, you know, everybody talks about being fluent like a native, but that is so outdated. I want to show you how you can be fluent like a boss. I mean, more fluent than native. I'm talking about mastering the English language, no matter who you are, where you're from, or where you live. I got an online course. It's called the 12-Day Fluency Blueprint. 12 days. You hang out with me for 12 days and I'll show you step by step exactly what you can do from anywhere, anytime to learn the English language like a native and actually achieve boss-like fluency. Hit the link in my bio and I'll see you there. Or you can just visit fluentlikeaboss.com. Thank you so much for watching. Love yous. Mwah. Catch you in the next video.